You're such a cliche. It's the song that's stuck in my head. I listen to it like all the time on the way from work. It's like, but the name of the group is like 1975 or something. I don't understand it. I gotta look on Apple Music someday, and hopefully find that song and share it with you all. And actually, Nick, I was gonna call you and be like, you know what? Nick do funny videos. Me and him should do a collaborative video.
Collaboration.
We're just going to do a collaboration video, and we use that song, and then we can include some of his gameplay, since I'm a casual. All right. That means...
Wait, so we start to show off our list talking about what Jerry listens to and sings in the shower? Come on. Yeah. That's how we start this podcast. So when I'm in the shower...
It's a little bit of personal. You know, he'll share personal with his fans.
Yeah. Well... On that case, welcome to episode 8 of the Writer's Block Podcast. Oh, I promise not to eat in no more episodes, so I won't eat. Be a fat ass. All right. So, welcome to episode 8 of the Writer's Block Podcast. I'm your host, Kid Smooth, Vice President of HardKnockGamers.com, and then we got the man in the orange shirt that's about to fall asleep in the next 22 minutes because he drank some Theraflu. Shot yourself out, Fame and Entertainment.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I am Fame ENT2K. I am the COO of Hard Knock Gamers. Welcome to episode 8. Happy to have you guys here. Make sure you guys go to my channel and subscribe. I am 38 away from finally hitting that 1K mark. It's been 1K mark. It's been one hell of a grind. In the description down below, we have a link to our contest, The Division, Quantum Break, and Uncharted 4, okay? The Division giveaway is about to end because the game is about to release. We will announce the winner the day before the game releases, so we'll be announcing the winner Monday. So that means you guys still have time to enter our giveaway for the Division. And don't stop there. Enter for Quantum Break and Uncharted 4 as well. There are more giveaways coming throughout the year. Make sure you guys check it out, and welcome to the show, man.
Welcome, welcome. All right, Nick, Undead. How you doing?
Oh, how's it going, guys? Another exciting week. Huge news for everyone. Butthurt around the internet like crazy, and it's gonna be a great podcast. I'm excited for this shit.
Yeah, it is. It is a great podcast. We got a lot to talk about. What's up, Dan the Man?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I'm excited to just start talking. There's too much shit going on, and I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Hey, Jerry, I'm sorry. I apologize, man. One more thing before we get going. I want to let you guys know that we are currently looking for new writers for the website. So if you guys go to our page and click under Apply, we are looking for new writers for the team. So please, if you enjoy this podcast and enjoy you think we're all cool guys, you guys want to hang out with us, please join, go to our website and apply to be a writer for our website. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you got to shut that phone up. That vibration. And look who's joining us late. You just avoided being written up. What's up, Doug?
Hey, what's going on?
We're good. We're good. We finna talk a whole lot.
Oh yeah, a lot of good news this week. A lot of big news.
A lot of big news. Big news. So you know what? Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the Uncharted 4 not surprising delay, or do we want to start off with another not surprising remaster from Capcom? Where do we go?
Let's start with either one of those two. Let's say some of the juicier stuff. Like let's start with Capcom and their way to try to trick us into buying some old bullshit.
Yes, Capcom. They were kind enough to announce that we're gonna remaster. We're going to remaster Resident Evil 4 since there's been about 10 of them.
Damn.
And they're going to remaster Resident Evil 5, and they're going to even remaster the worst Resident Evil 6. And they was kind enough to give us timelines of when these games are coming out. I think, which one come out first? The worst one, right? Resident Evil 6?
Yeah, Resident Evil 6, yeah.
Well, it looks like a giraffe is standing up getting fellatioed by Metapod. If you guys ever noticed it, look at the 6. It looks like a giraffe and a Metapod from Pokemon. Like that giraffe's getting fellatio from that Metapod. Wow. I'm not BSing. Look at it.
They love each other, man. They in love.
oral sodomy, man.
Yeah. So we got all right, so I think Uncharted Resident Evil 6 come out spring, right?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5 come out summer.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil 4 comes out the fall. My question is, they're putting these games out in these times as if they're actually doing something with them. Like, oh, we're taking this time to work on it.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you do to 4? I mean, 4 was great, though. I love 4.
Yeah, 4 is great, but how great can it get?
It's like, how much more can you do? Like,
it's been on every console since the GameCube.
Yeah, since the game. It's even on mobile.
Yeah.
The only thing they could do to 4 now is to actually remake it, not remaster it.
Right, Unreal 4 or some shit. Now that may be something.
They remake it?
Yeah, they remake it. Yeah, that would be crazy. The thing about Resident Evil is that I feel like Resident Evil 4 it was like one of the best ones, and I feel like every time they remaster it, they devalue the game. Yeah. It's like it's not like this great like treasure to have. You know what I mean? And like I thought it was the best. I was shitting on all my PlayStation friends and Xbox friends when that game came out for GameCube. I know it was timed exclusive for GameCube, and I was like, "It's the best game. I got it." You know what I mean? But
the Wii version.
Yeah, that was my favorite Resident Evil. That was my favorite one.
I thought the Wii version was the best one because you had the aiming of the with the Wii remote.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like that added another layer to it that was amazing. But after that, it's like, what else is there? What else can you do?
Well, let's just take a look at how much more original can Capcom really get. When was the last time they released something that wasn't a re-release or a sequel that's cut and pasted from the last game?
Yeah, that's true.
Name me like one goddamn game.
Shit.
Are they supposed to drop like Deep Down?
Oh yeah, Deep Down, but that shit. Damn, I don't know.
Yeah.
When was that? Yeah, when was that supposed to come? That was supposed to have been out like a year ago or something, right?
Yeah, it was announced before Street Fighter V was announced, and Street Fighter V somehow managed to come out unfinished, but still come out before the game got an even proper preview.
Wow.
But hey, we might see Dead Rising 4 before we get Deep Down.
That would be shitty. Release Deep Down. Fuck. I want to play it. Shit. Understand? I want to play that. I mean, I get it, but I want to play that. Release that.
I just realized Capcom can never do two things right. They're either going to give you if they give you a good game, a game that has good online, is going to have shit face frame rates, and if they give you a good game that has great frame rates, it's going to have shit face online.
That's true.
It's like for some reason they just can't correlate or coexist. But onto Capcom, onto the Uncharted delay. Are you surprised?
I mean, not really surprised, and I'm not really bothered by it for two reasons. One, I'm not really a huge Uncharted person. I mean, I plan on playing it, but I'm like, oh my god, I got to play this game. And two, I'm hearing this for a global release, which I don't really see a problem with that.
Okay.
I mean, it's like Rockstar Games. That company's pedigree is so good. It's like if they delay it, we instantly think quality. We think, okay, they're delaying this game because they actually have a valid reason why. Whether there's something wrong with shipping, the game, there's something about the game that they're not liking and they don't want to release it. But that company's pedigree is just so big. It's just like everybody's like, all right, yeah, it got delayed, but shit, when it comes out, I'm getting it, and that's usually the main thought process on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't even think it was due because of they wanted worldwide release. I don't think that was the reason. I think it was more because of Ratchet and Clank was 2 weeks. They was 2 weeks apart from Uncharted release, so they just wanted to give Ratchet and Clank a little more time to breathe. That's really what I think it was. I don't think it was because they wanted it. I mean, if it was global, they wanted a global release. They could have done that months ago, announced that months ago. Why all of a sudden 2 weeks delay for that? You know what I mean? So I honestly think it was just because Ratchet and Clank coming out so close to it, they wanted to give Ratchet and Clank, a couple more weeks to sell.
Yeah,
And
don't
then
do like
release
they did
Uncharted.
Tomb Raider and shit, where they released it with Fallout. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? They
But I
think,
mean,
you know?
Yeah, and these are exclusives too,
they
so
got
they're
Tomb
not going to
Raider.
sell like those
Yeah,
games. So.
yeah.
Maybe because they have to take out that Assassin's Creed shit out the game.
Oh yeah, that's probably why.
Hey, you know the guy who put that in there too. He used to work at Ubisoft and worked on Assassin's Creed. I don't know if anyone knows that, but
Wow.
yeah. Not too many people have brought that up. But if you look at his the guy, an artist from Naughty Dog that's working on Uncharted 4, he used to work at Ubisoft, and supposedly he's the one that did that. And it's from Black Flag, which he actually worked on.
Well, I like Black Flag, even though it has shitty story, but game was
Yeah, Black Flag actually. I quit playing Assassin's Creed after that one. That was
Yeah.
a good ending for me. I mean, because after 3, I got burnt out on 2, but 3 sucked, and then 4, I played it, I liked it. I was like, that's enough for me.
Okay. So is this the final release? Like Uncharted, May 10th, is it?
Okay, I was just gonna say there's two views on this. They're either gonna keep delaying it for 2 weeks until it becomes like The Last Guardian and it never comes out.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't think they'll continually delay till summer or till fall.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question?
Mhm.
How long before you guys think we get a remastered version of this game?
2 weeks. It'll be the Ultimaster or version. I don't
Because
know.
there's no more Uncharted. They're gonna milk the hell out of this game.
Uncharted 4, the definitive edition
Right.
at launch.
It'd be a launch game there for PS5.
They'll come out with they might have a Game of the Year edition before the year is up. I mean, that's a possibility, but you know what I mean? I'm fine. I know they're doing, is it open beta? Is it this weekend?
Yeah,
It's starting right now, right?
yeah, it's going on right now.
Oh, damn, I got to download it.
Yep, it's happening right now.
I turned that on, so I will download that because I think there'll be a weapon wheel edition, so I might just download the damn thing right now. So the other news that hit, you know, Phil Spencer hinted at an upgradable Xbox. We don't know if it's going to be the Xbox One or how it's going to be, but we know that is the intentions. Some of us kind of really mentioned that in some of our videos before. I just want you guys to just like go off and just let me know I want to hear everybody's opinion of what this could mean and how you personally feel about it. Of the potential of the Xbox One being upgradable. Is it external? Is it a new box? Does this change the outcome of consoles? Like, tell me, what is your thoughts on this?
I honestly don't think it'll be this Xbox. I mean, if it is the Xbox One, it won't be the one we have now. It has to be a newer model. I think that's anybody who's even somewhat knowledgeable in PC knows that you can't just add an external GPU to this console and expect to get PC type graphics. It's just not going to happen. I think it's not the death of console, because even if the next Xbox One, they're making a whole new Xbox and it's upgradable, it's still a console. It's just if you have that option to basically turn it into a PC. Because let's think about it. These consoles are already just underpowered PCs. That's all they are. So it's not like Microsoft is killing off the Xbox One, killing off consoles by making it upgradable. It's just, hey, you got the option to have just a regular plug-and-play console like you do normally. You still have that convenience, or you can do upgrades like a PC. It gives you the best of both worlds. I don't understand people are so salty and so crying about this and say I don't want this to happen, or people trying to make fun. Ha ha ha. Xbox, now your PCs or whatever. That's stupid. You can still have the convenience of plug and play with the console, and you also have the option, because people talk about how they love options, how options is what it's all about. Especially your PC, you got love options. You have the option to upgrade it and to basically turn it into a PC. I think this is a great move. I think it's a smart move, and it's a way to continue to get revenue and sales.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely see what they're gonna do is you're gonna have like your like whatever they're going to call the next Xbox, you're going to have the base level one, which will be like $400-500. They'll play the games at 60 FPS, 1080, and then say there'll be upgrades that you can get for it. They'll upgrade it to so you'll get maybe 4K capability. I don't know how many years down the road we're talking, but 4K would be what I would imagine the standard would be by then. So with that being said, if they want to do that, that's great. Because say you just want to play your console and play your games at 1080. Like half my friends that play Call of Duty and shit, they don't care if it's in 1080 or 4K or shit. They just want to play their games. So, it's great for the people that are hardcore into it. Now, I can kind of see why some people might be getting a little salty about this. I see a lot of the people that are getting mad about this are the people that dump like $3,000 into a PC, and then all of a sudden these consoles are getting these supposed upgrades. There's nothing confirmed yet, but that if they get 4K capability with only spending $1,000, that's going to piss a lot of people off. I can completely understand that, but there's a lot of costs that come with 4K that people aren't talking about. Like if you upgrade your console 4K, you're gonna have to upgrade your TV, right, or a monitor or something like that. That's something no one's even talked about yet. So it's all up in the air right now. Why people are getting so pissed about it, I don't understand. I think it's a great move for consoles in general. That's just my opinion.
Another thing too. How strong are they really going to make this? It really doesn't even matter because, okay, yeah, you can buy, an Xbox 2 that's 4K compatible, but you can't type a page on that shit. You can't, PC is still PC. It still does, other things than what a console can't produce, and that's just because of the nature of the console, the type of OS that it has, and
that's what you off. I mean, the universal apps are coming, keyboard and mouse are coming. I think Xbox is trying to make it where
there's no way they would want it. That's not even a business that I don't even think is profitable for them, just because the nature of PC itself. I mean, PC is the whole point of it, is ultimate flexibility, not with just games, but like other stuff. Video editing, whatever you want to do. Being able to play with the keyboard and mouse, that sounds like something that they could do just because of, people want to play Call of Duty and shit and they want to have like ultimate aiming or whatever. But will it replace a PC? No. Will it be proprietary as fuck? Yes. You're going to have to buy the Microsoft graphics card. You're going to have to buy, it's not going to be like, oh, I can go out and get a 970 and throw it in the Xbox. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like you can get an Xbox 2. It's $500 base model. You want to pay it 1080p 30 FPS. If you want to go 1080p 60, then you can buy this GPU add-on, which is probably another $300. Because anything that's proprietary is expensive as shit, and they're going to make you be able to hook that up to whatever the Xbox 2 can do, and it'll enable the 1080p 60 FPS, and some of the games that developers start developing will do that. They'll start taking advantage of it, having like, okay, this game Uncharted 4 Remix will have, now it'll support 1080p if you have this version of Xbox, or something like that. But that's really what it's going to come down to, is that.
I give it 2 years, and we'll hear Sony announce they're going down the same route. Coming. This has been coming. I don't know people if people are giving Microsoft shit for this. I guarantee in 2 years Sony comes out and says the
Sony did last year. Sony said that last year that they wanted an upgraded PS4.
Mm-hmm. But
something similar to this.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are upset. It's like you know what? All that is we can all play together.
I mean, I'm interested in the idea, but I know it's not going to be with the Xbox One. You just can't do it with the Xbox One. You're going to separate your gaming community, too. If
this is where I cut everybody
off. Xbox is only getting 30 frames per second, and another one's getting 60 frames, the one with the upgrade getting 60, they're at a disadvantage. So you're kind of separating your gaming community, too, by doing that, by upgrading.
No. This is where
they got to start out at level ground.
This is where it all comes together. This is where I'm sorry to interject, but I'm sorry. All right, so Phil Spencer said something clear, something I said in the video before that everybody just kind of laughed at me about, and I think I said this like last summer. I was like, the only way for the Xbox One or any of the consoles to be really like upgradable, or how I thought DirectX 12 is going to affect the Xbox One, is to make it forward compatible. And the only reason why, and he mentioned that when he said upgraded, like looking for it to be upgradable is forward compatible. Like, you got to think about it. Imagine if DirectX 12 had, if DirectX 12, was on the Xbox 360, it would have added probably another 3 years to it, because there's still, even though the 360 was maxed out, they still didn't actually max it out because a lot of things were locked. So they maxed out what they can max out to their ability. Now with DirectX 12 and this universal window platform, it would allow for a game, like for example, a game can come out. Let's say you got a game on your PC, you could run this game at 4K 60 frames per second because you have the shit in your PC to do it. So let's say you got an upgraded Xbox One that can run this game in 1080p 60 frames per second, and then like my base Xbox One that I got from like day one can run the game at 900p 60 frames per second. We're all going to be running the same game. So it's not going to be required. The games aren't going to come out saying you need the upgraded Xbox One to play this game. It's going to run on your system regardless. You just probably won't get 4K 60 or 1080p 60. You'll get the 900p 60, but you're getting the same game, and that's how it's going to be. And that's what the Universal Windows app is for, is to make them make one game, and it'll just run on whatever platform it's capable to run on.
You have a run on and a recommended. I get that, yeah, because it's like, and that's when the developers will start doing that. They'll start saying, okay, this Xbox 2 can do both of these at once. So we need to make sure that the game is supported at this resolution with this base model, and if they opt in for the upgraded version, it'll support this. And they'll start doing that. The developers will start doing that.
But guess what?
Open up for PC. That'll make PC get more games straight up.
But guess what? I think it starts with the Xbox One. I don't think we're waiting on another Xbox, and that's the reason why DirectX 12.
It won't be this model.
It's going to be like an
no.
Xbox.
They're gonna put out another model. They're gonna treat it like phones. We upgrade our phone every a year, every 2 years. They're gonna do it like that. Yeah, there's gonna be an Xbox Slim that already have these upgrades, but you're gonna have external upgrades, whatever plugins that you can do to this Xbox. Regardless, they're gonna have that option because they're not gonna put you in a position where like, all right, everybody's gonna we're gonna make everybody upgrade. They're gonna allow you to do manual ones, just like, for example, before they came out these 1 terabyte Xbox Ones, they allowed you for the external hard drives. So people put external hard drive, then they put out bigger Xbox Ones that have like bigger hard drives. So they did that. They're gonna have the AMD already hinted at external GPUs and whatnot that they're working on. So
they wouldn't be compatible with what's inside the Xbox One right now.
Because they have a different GPU.
AMD and NVIDIA has been working with DirectX 12. They've been working with DirectX 12. It may not be a one that you buy from your computer. They may make a consoleized one that either Microsoft will have one that's made by AMD but is Microsoft branded. You might have AMD make one specifically. You might have NVIDIA make one for consoles for the Xbox that you can unplug in.
So the reason I'm saying it can't be this because they're still dealing with the bottleneck issue with the GPU they got now. Right. Imagine adding an external, that bottleneck is going to be 10 times worse. It can't be this model. It can't be.
Well, that's why you can't expect customers after 2 years to all of a sudden go out and have to buy another Xbox to support this upgradable idea they have.
This is where the little details of the whole DirectX 12 talk starts to come into play. Remember, it opens everything up. Once the DirectX 12 is on, these bottlenecks are going to be gone because they're not going to be using dev kits to make games on. They're going to be using the Windows platform, and then the game's just going to go wherever it's supported. You know what I mean? They're not going to be using dev kits to make these games. They're using the Windows platform, and that platform is on Xbox One, is on PC, is on your phone, wherever that you have that software, that game is going. So it doesn't even it wouldn't even matter now.
Speaking of that Universal Windows platform, I'm glad you brought that up. So all the PC guys who cried this morning, all the Sony guys who tried to brag and thought y'all found something, I hope you guys feel really fucking stupid at the moment, because you guys heard something from an ex-Gears dev and just assumed that he knew exactly what was going on at Microsoft. He knew what he was talking about, and you guys ran with it. You guys spent all morning shitting on Microsoft just to come out and feel to say it's an open platform. I don't know what the fuck. Pretty much, I don't know what y'all crying about. You know, every Apple, everybody has their own store where they make money off of what's in it. So is Microsoft not supposed to have the exact same thing? People spend all morning trying to shit on Microsoft just to look stupid. I don't see nobody making videos apologizing. PC gamers and PS4 gamers, you guys all looked really fucking stupid this morning.
I actually, you know what? You'd think the gaming community at large would stop taking stuff Phil Spencer says and running with it, because the amount of times he's turned it around on people in the past 3 weeks has been phenomenal.
Yeah,
like this guy has been like on point, nailing everyone.
On that dude. What is this, Tweenie? Whatever guy who made it, he shitted on that dude. And dude had to make a tweet. I'm looking forward to it. Shut your dumb ass up. Other people, following you like a fucking dumbass.
Dude, they flipped out, man. They should have just paid attention to the facts and saw what was really going on, and instead of just jumping to conclusions. I just couldn't believe that how much shit.
The Windows Store is going to be like any other stores, just like Steam, like the Apple Store.
It's just like I hate Origin. I hate all that shit.
Same.
But does that stop what I'm doing? Hell no. Sometimes I use Origin if I have to. If I have to use Windows Store to play Quantum Break, fine, fuck it, I'll do it. But does that destroy everything for PC? Does that take away from Steam? Hell no. Steam's been doing this shit forever, and they're going to continue to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the beauty of it with the Universal Windows platform. Here's the beauty of it. These devs don't have to waste so much time trying to code for different platforms. If you plan on making a game for a PC, guess what? You can make one code and also have the exact same game on the Xbox One and double your profits. That's why I do not understand people crying and upset. This actually cuts the devs
PC out
in half.
It helps the PC players.
One code goes across Windows platforms. You can play that game anywhere. But people are just so fucking closed-minded. They want to see what's actually going on. They ran with what one guy said. They ran with it to use for their console war. Or look, PC Master Race, screw fucking Microsoft because they're trying to blah, blah, blah. No, Microsoft is doing what every other company, Steam, Apple, Android, they're doing the exact same thing what everybody else is doing. People act as if Microsoft is not supposed to do anything besides give everybody free shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll say, I was going to say, I talked to one of my PC friends about it today, and he said it's really no big deal. He's like, oh, the Windows Store, I'm not a fan of it. Oh, well, I just won't end up playing Tomb Raider, Quantum Break. He's like, that's my choice. He's like, if it's not exactly the way I want it, I don't have to buy it. He's like, Phil Spencer isn't coming to my house with a gun and putting it to my head and being like, you playing this game.
Yeah, and I'm a PC guy, man, and it literally phased me none. It was like, okay.
You want to play a game, you're going to play it.
I'll play it. It doesn't matter. I'll get him a hook or crook. I can tell you that.
People were acting as if Windows 10 and the Xbox Store is going to come in and just wipe everything on your PC out and just replace it with their shit. That's not the case. It's and that's why I was telling people were getting really offended. I was like, dude, you do not have to use the service. Just like you don't have to use Origin, just like you don't have to use Uplay, just like you don't have to use Steam. It's think about it. I was like, the worst case scenario, let's say third party doesn't do it, right? And you just, this is the only thing you have to deal with if you buy an exclusives. And if you want to play the exclusive bad enough, you're going to do it. If not, see you later. Get an Xbox One. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to be. But it's not. And people are treating it as oh yeah, you can't do this. I understand. For example, in some cases you won't be able to use Shadow Play to get recorded unless they make another Shadow Play version that works with the UWP, or they make a version that you can download from the Windows Store to do that. The thing is, it is a closed platform. So honestly, it's like playing on a console, just really upgraded. With their games. And the thing is, I didn't mind it because I was trying to tell people, people better prepare because everybody's bragging that, oh, Xbox lost another exclusive, exclusive. I'm like, dude, when you get the game, you're not going to be happy because you're playing under Xbox's or Microsoft rules. They have to make it fair. A lot of people say Xbox fans is losing out, and PC, Microsoft is they're coming to a happy medium. So it's fair for their PC party and their Xbox party. How else do you think that Xbox, PC, and all their games are going to come together where we can have it all under one ecosystem? You have to. It has to be under Microsoft. We can't just throw. They can't just throw. Okay, well, we're gonna put a leaking hole there so we can get Steam. Steam right now. Steam and Xbox Live aren't together. Right now, games with Windows and Xbox Live is under one umbrella. So if you want to play games for Windows or Xbox games, and you don't want to play Xbox games on a PC, you have to, or if you want to play Xbox games and you don't want to play it on the Xbox, you gotta go to Windows. You gotta go to the Windows stores and get it.
Yeah. I think this whole situation just kind of exposes people who say, "Well, I don't hate Microsoft." And after today, and after the reactions they've seen, yeah, you do. Because you guys can take the time to research what was going on. I don't hate Microsoft. I hate the product. No, you hate Microsoft because if you didn't, you would have took the time to see what's going on before you went out on social media running your mouth. It's like the same people crying and said, "Oh, Quantum Break, it shouldn't be on so it should be on Steam."
It should be on PC.
Why? So Steam can get a cut. So Steam can get a cut for a game Microsoft put the bill for. Why should Steam get a cut of this? People feel as if Microsoft shouldn't have anything to themselves.
Yeah.
They should put everything they have on everywhere else, and everyone else should get a cut off of what they do. It makes no fucking sense. People were exposed to the maximum this morning.
I know.
The only thing I wish though is that one, I'm not a fan of the Windows Store for the simple reason, not because it's the Windows Store, is because right now there's no games on there. The only attractions there right now is Gears of War, Minecraft, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Everything else is like cell phone games and free to play. So I wish though, if you open the Xbox app, right, I wish that was it. Like you go in and like you have your Xbox One games, you have your games for Windows, and that at any point, all right, I'm about to download a game for my PC, or I can download a game for my Xbox and just download it from there, which technically you actually can. But the thing is, it opens up the Windows Store. I wish that was like the direct store. You know how when we turn on our Xbox Live or our Xbox One, we go to the store and the games are just there for us to buy. I wish the Xbox app worked like that, but like as the store, as the place for Xbox Live Party, it's like pretty much your Xbox One in one place. And I wish that when I opened it, I can just, instead of going to the Windows Store, I can just go to the Xbox app and download the game from the app and just call it like, and I don't have to worry about going to the Windows Store and seeing those unattractive games. But right now, this is the only way, people are going to open up that Windows Store and see, because that's the games like Quantum Break, Tomb Raider, Gears of War, Forza is going to bring people through the door. They need that, and then soon after, third party will follow suit. And best believe, listen to this. You know how all these people are complaining that it's a closed platform with all these settings and stuff like that? You know that will help cases like fucking Batman and all them games that launch broken on PC that aren't optimized, because they have a set thing that they have to optimize for. If you have a set feature that you have to optimize for, you're good. You're good. That would actually help. That would actually minimize the amount of games that are broken on PC.
There's two things really fast. Number one, Phil already came out, said they're going to fix VSync. Also, they're going to fix it and completely change it. But just for you guys who are still who want to be ignorant in your Microsoft hate, I actually verbatim a quote from Phil Spencer was, UWP is a fully open ecosystem available to every developer and can be supported by any store with a broad range of tools. So
which
you guys
can even work with Steam too.
Thank you. So people jumped on this guy. I'm telling you, this exposes people to the maximum who claim they don't hate Microsoft. Yes, you hate them, and you don't know why you hate them. Because they announced something, and you couldn't wait to get the details before you paraded the streets talking about how much you hate Microsoft. You fucking idiot.
You know what it is? It's just giant It's just giant corporation. You know, people hate the man and shit, and it's just like they hear the word Microsoft, they hear one person complain about it, and they're like, "Oh, fuck them! You know, they suck. They did this, they did that." And it's like, did you even read the fucking article? You know, like, did you take the time to look at the first 3 sentences and see what actually is happening? No. All they did was they saw the dude yell, and they were like, fuck it, I'm with you.
Yeah, dude, you know what kills me with this whole thing is all these people that are like, yeah, fuck Microsoft, you know, Sony's better, PC's better. All these motherfuckers are using Windows.
Yeah. It's like you use the Windows complain about it. Fuck Microsoft.
Fuck
Now,
Microsoft, okay? Fuck
some-
Microsoft. Just turn off your PC, uninstall, and just move on with your life.
Linux. No, here's what they do. Put Linux on it, and then when you try to go online and the shit is a big square, they complain about fucking Microsoft then I bet you'll learn. You'll go, oh shit, well, Microsoft did some good shit. Yeah.
While we're on the subject, because I feel like I have to attack this in almost every video, every comment section. CJ, he says, if you own a PC, there's now no reason to buy an Xbox One over the PS4. Any thoughts? Just to interject.
Sound like some fanboy shit.
Okay, here's the thing. I think people who own PCs have to realize, not people in general, a lot of people just enjoy the plug and play, and to know that the game will run properly on a console. That would never go away. The convenience of a console will never go away. I don't care how powerful your PC is. Believe it or not, some people don't give a shit about playing in 4K 180 million frames per second. Some people do not care. Some people want to have the convenience of buying a console, plugging it in, and knowing when they put that game in, that game is optimized for that console. You don't have to worry about shit. People are okay with that. A PC will, even though it's getting the popularity for it is higher than ever, it will never replace the console. And that's why when these consoles are upgradable, they will always have the base model, because some people just don't want to deal with this shit. They're going to buy their console, plug and play, and be happy. People need to realize, a lot of these PC gamers realize, people are happy playing their consoles. Why do you care that they're happy? Why do you care? That's their preference. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my biggest thing is, like, obviously, you know, this is obviously coming from someone who's a PlayStation gamer, obviously by the question, and a PC gamer. My biggest thing is you can use that logic on the PlayStation too. You can get Street Fighter V on PC. You can get No Man's Sky on PC. Why would I own a PS4? Uncharted 4? I'm sorry, I always preferred Tomb Raider. I played the other Uncharted. I'll play that on my PC. I don't know.
Anybody can make these type of excuses. Anybody.
Yeah.
I can flip it around any way I want to. So you saying that does not mean anything, because anyone with a bias can make their side sound better.
Exactly.
Right. I'm gonna say this. I think I said this in the debate with E-Rock weeks back. One, my PC, I'm not getting rid of any of my. I may get rid of one of them, but I'm not at the moment. I'm not getting rid of any of my consoles because PC just is not ready to replace my consoles. You know what I mean? I play sports games. I play them, and they're not really most sports games. If I'm not mistaken, aren't available on PC. You know, and this is not me speaking. I'm speaking from the public. You know what I mean? You want to play Madden? Not on PC. NBA Live? Not on PC. I don't think any of the EA Sports games. Most of them, I think, with the exception of FIFA, that might be on PC.
FIFA's on PC. Yeah,
FIFA's on PC. Nothing's on a PC. And then you got games like those games that you think would be okay for PC, like Destiny. Now PC, there's a big Destiny following. No matter how many of us diss the game, there's a big Destiny following, and the game is not on PC. It's just there's some games that are just specifically console based that you're going to need your consoles around, and a lot of people always like to put this, well, if I'm going to have a console, I'm going to have a PS4 and a PC, and they'll tell me why I haven't sold my Xbox yet, and I'm like, because I still play it. They was like, but all the games go to PC. I was like, yeah, but I still have over 100 games on his Xbox, and I'm not rebuying for my PC. Right. You know, I'm still I'm not just gonna drop dead. My Xbox is gonna drop dead. And I'm not gonna stop playing it. It was like, well, a lot of PS4 games don't go to PC. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not into anime and Japanese games. All the games I play on a PS4 are games that I will probably play on my Xbox or a PC. They're not I don't play that weird shit. I like westernized games. I like Dude Bros. I like sports games, and I like story-driven games. I'm not into those JRPGs that rarely release over here. So, if that's your reason for me I should have a PS4 is to play games that I'm not interested in, then you got to come up with a different argument. Because every time I say they question me, that they have a lot of games that aren't going to PC. But I was like, but what if I'm not interested in those games? Believe it or not, there's There's only a few games I like on the PlayStation, and fortunately those games aren't on PC or on Xbox. But there aren't games that they're not games that the type of games that this type of game is only available on PlayStation. I can live without a PlayStation, believe it or not. You know what I mean? I played the games I need to play. There's one more game I'm waiting for. That's Uncharted, and hopefully that knocks it out the park. If not,
if I can make a point, if you guys maybe have noticed, these companies don't love this plastic as much as you guys do. They care about money. That's what these companies care about. They don't love these consoles as much as you guys love these consoles. Microsoft is finally realizing that and making sure that they maximize their money with putting their games on PC, which is under their Windows umbrella. And I guarantee you, for absolute, well, I can't say absolute fact, but shit, in my world, for absolute fact, if Sony had a way to do it, because trust me, believe it or not, Sony cares about money more than they care about how much you love your PlayStation. If they could, if they had a platform to do it, their own OS to go on PCs like Microsoft does with Windows. If they could do it, they would do it as well because they care about making money more than they care about how much you lick on your PS4. That's a fact.
Well,
absolute fact.
Yeah, like there's two things for me. The one that always kills me is I always get asked, why do you own an Xbox One? Okay, there's only, like, in my town, that the people I hang around with all the time, there's only 2 guys that own PS4s, and they're absolute dicks, and I wouldn't want to play on them anyway. But majority of my friends are on Xbox One. I've got, like, all my close friends that I grew up with are on Xbox One. And that, to me, I'd rather play Call of Duty, Battlefront, Battlefield, all those games with my friends on my Xbox One. That itself sells the system for me. I don't want to have to try to go make new friends on a new platform. Why would I want to do that? People on the internet are dicks.
Yo, Undead is such a dude, bro. You see the games you just named?
Okay, I'm kind of with Smooth on this one. Yeah, I really don't have interest in JRPGs either. But and two, the biggest thing too is, all these companies are out to make money. If Sony thought they could take Uncharted 4, launch it on PC, and they wouldn't suffer a backlash and lose money off PS4 sales, they totally would. Let's be real. All Microsoft is doing is they're like, we could make, say, sell 3 million copies of Quantum Break on Xbox One, but if we move it to PC, we could move 6 million copies. It's business sense. People don't seem to understand. These guys are businesses. They just want our money.
I mean, it's Microsoft. Microsoft makes Xbox. Microsoft makes Windows. I don't even understand why there's a fucking discrepancy between the two. It's the same company. They're just like if Nintendo made Windows and they brought Mario to fucking PC, it's like, are you really shitty at Nintendo? Fuck, they make your OS that you use on a daily basis, and you're shitty with them because they brought Mario to it? It's the same twisted philosophies. It's Microsoft. They make Xbox. They make Windows.
People need to
understand. Morgan in the comment section has made a great point to your point as well on data. If Microsoft makes a ton of money from this, it won't be long before Sony finds a way to put these games on PC.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're already starting to in a way, though.
This could set a standard, which will force this. Like same thing if Microsoft dropped a paywall for playing online. If Microsoft does it, Sony has to do the same thing. It could set a standard that Sony would have to follow.
Yeah.
They'll find a way by next gen. I mean, they're already starting to really with remote play, and then supposedly PlayStation Now is supposed to go to PC too.
Well, there's already.
It only makes sense for PlayStation.
Yeah, it only makes sense for them. I mean, both companies. It only makes sense to make the money where you can make it. I mean, consoles are still going to sell because, like you say, people want a game on consoles.
Yeah,
there's already crossplay. Crossplay is already a thing. It's already happening. It's like Windows players are playing with console players with the same fucking game, like Rocket League and Street Fighter V and shit like that. It's already happening. Yeah. Like, I don't even see why people are getting mad. It's like, okay, the only bragging rights you really should be talking about is my keyboard wrecked your controller. Other than that, keep the shit moving.
Now, I think it's funny how a lot of PC guys say that PC guys can't be fanboys or they're not fanboys. Bullshit. PC guys can be fanboys of the PC. I don't care. Nobody say, well, you have to be a corporate slave to be considered a fanboy. No, you're a fanboy. We're a PC. We don't care about exclusives. We don't care. And Xbox exclusive on the PC. Oh, look, we took all your exclusives, but we don't care about exclusives. The hypocrisy has been crazy, man.
No. Anytime, the whole fanboy thing, there are PC fanboys. If you have gone on Twitter and used the hashtag PC Master Race or hashtag Praise Lord Gaben, you are a fanboy. I am sorry.
The thing is, people got to understand that Windows is a platform. It's a platform that games go on. So when they say Xbox exclusive or Windows exclusive, it technically counts because it's a platform you either will or will not play on. Even though it's just a platform that's available on PC. Steam is technically a platform. Origin's a platform. Uplay's a platform. I don't like Origin. I don't like Uplay. I like Steam. I do like Steam, but I like the Windows platform because it's synonymous with my Xbox Live. With Xbox Live, everything just goes together. So I still earn my points, and I can still do exactly everything I wanted to do on the Xbox and use the same features. So it is what it is. People gotta really just appreciate it. But the thing is, in gaming wise, it's just kind of unfair because people look at this whole Windows 10 and games going to PC, and they study looking at it as an Xbox versus PlayStation thing, and they can't step out and be like, okay, I see what's going on. If you look at Microsoft as a whole, it's Microsoft software. If you didn't follow anything new, like imagine Apple without being able to use Microsoft Word or software, Microsoft 365 things. Come on, Google Docs and Google Drive, that's brand new. That's technically, like 3 years old, you know what I mean? From whenever Microsoft that shit came out till they decided, imagine if Apple were not able to get that. Apple wouldn't be successful. Their computers wouldn't be successful today because you can't get into businesses without it. You couldn't get into schools without it. So it only makes sense. They put theirs. Now you can find Microsoft stuff on Android. You can find it on Apple. You can find it here, there. You can find it everywhere. And they've been doing that for everything they have. Skype, everything they have. So now they have a position where they can say, okay, well, we have an opportunity on PC. We have the biggest stake in PC. We just never really got it right. How can we get it right? So you already have a gaming platform. Okay, well, we take tips for what we did from our other successful platforms, or all of our other successful software ideas that we did that we were able to put it on our stuff and still keep it in house. So we got our gaming platform. We have a PC that we can turn this Windows 10 thing and turn this Windows gaming thing and get re-involved with the game and open up our gaming market and just open it and broaden it. So if you're playing on consoles, whether you're playing consoles, phones, or PC, you're still within that ecosystem, and people are losing their mind because they look at it as if, all right, they just lost another exclusive. It's like, no, nobody lost anything. Nobody lost anything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, especially, and I'm happy this backlash happened because at the end of the day, are you going to play it or not? You know what I mean? Are you going to play it? It's like people brag about all this stuff like, I can get it on PC. Oh, okay, well, good luck.
It's funny. I think most people who say, you guys lost another exclusive, most people who say that don't have a PC. So
I know.
You going to play the game? Because I'm going to play it. I have an Xbox and a PS4, so I'm going to play every game released. But are you going to play the game while you bragging about how it's going to PC? Let me see your PC, sir. And on top of that, let me see that graphics card, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are crazy. And
they just want to start something. That's all it is. They just want to be that loudest mouth.
Now, the PC may be probably as far as the most definitive way to play some of these games, but the Xbox One will always be the economical way to play it. Because
absolutely,
you're not. It's like, you get the game, and regardless, it's going to run. At the end of the day, you look at these recommended specs for the PC version. You're going to have to build something decent. And I remember, shout out to Jay Cherry if you're watching. We was in a conversation, and he's all bent out of shape about this whole games going to PC. And I kept telling him, dude, think about it, man. So you telling me if this game go to PC, you're just gonna build a PC? And he was like, yeah. I was like, are you? And the first question I asked him, I was like, are you gonna build a PC equivalent to what the Xbox and PlayStation is, or are you gonna make it, or are you gonna build one better? And he was like, well, I'll probably do something that can do what the Xbox and PlayStation do. I was like, well, that makes no sense. So you're gonna just get rid of your consoles and build something that can literally just push 1080-30 or 1080-60 and that's it. And then I was like, what happens when the newer games start coming out? That's gonna start demanding more. So I was like, let's say if you wanted to play Gears of War, right? The new one at not recommended settings, the ideal settings. You have the minimum requirements, you have the ideal settings, right? And so I started putting things, and I was actually finding cheap ones too. And I was like, I put three things in his cart, his Amazon cart, and those 3 things in both one was at when I went high end. I did. It came up to the $900. I did mid end. It came up to $600. I was like, this is just 3 important stuff: your 16 gigs of RAM, your i5 or your i7 CPU, and then either your 980, which you don't have to do, or your 780. I put in, which was the difference of the price range was the graphics card. And I was like, these are before everything comes together.
This is what you monitor, all types of stuff.
I didn't even include all that. I just said,
you hook up to a TV, you don't need a monitor.
Yeah. I was like, these are just the 3 main components. These are the most expensive. The main component. There's no hard drive, no nothing. I was like, now start with this as your base, and then build around that. And I was like, and then are you willing to do that to get a prettier game? Like or are you willing to change your gaming habits to do that? Is it really even necessary? It's not. And you go every time you see these announcements and these videos come out. Everybody, the first thing people say, "Oh, I'm just gonna build a PC." I don't need an Xbox.
Like, no, you're not.
Like, all right, so you're gonna build a PC. I was like, show me your PC build. And everybody keeps telling me you can build a cheap PC, but instead of, I want somebody to show me a PC they built that costed that much. They send you these YouTube links with these half-ass shit used, and it was like, oh, as if anybody can do it, and everybody's gonna find these deals. But I have not yet met one person that built a capable PC for the price of a console.
Now, see, here's the thing: people don't realize. If you buy Xbox, let's say Xbox PS4 is $400. If you build a PC, it's $400. The problem is that the game is not. It's gonna probably run better on the console because it's optimized for the fucking console.
Yep.
And to make another point before I move on to General Mike 71, he's talking about how he hates the fact that Xbox players play Xbox Live, PC gamers don't. The closer that the Xbox One gets to a PC, the better chance we have of Xbox Live becoming a tiered system. And now I've got a feeling that E3. Microsoft will drop that bomb. We have a tier because he also feels about turn down walls. I have a feeling they're going to announce a tiered system at E3 to where you don't have to pay for multiplayer on Xbox One anymore.
That would be good because that'll bridge that gap because I think that's the one kind of like thing that separates like PC from console is like that online connection. You know, I can like all my Steam buddies and stuff like that. If we want to play, we can just fire it up and go. And, we don't have to worry about, like, an Xbox Live subscription. But, I think they are going to go to a tier system. I think it's going to be like, your base online, you can get on and kind of play with your friends. And then if you want the other features like achievements and shit like that, you're going to have to pay for whatever tier that they offer.
See, the only thing you have to do, because right now, they still have silver. Xbox Silver is still a thing. All they have to do is make it to where silver, just like they unlocked it for Netflix and all that stuff like that, just make silver where you can do multiplayer. Leave gold the way it is. You can add in groove music if you want, but you can still got games with gold, deals with gold.
Yeah, you get the free games and shit like that. Right.
Leave that there and just make silver where you can just hop on multiplayer.
Well, no, see, there's something I'm assuming it was a Microsoft glitch. I ran out of money, couldn't buy my gold membership for a month or two, so I figured I wasn't able to play online games. But for the month or two, I couldn't access deals with gold. I couldn't do any of that. But I was playing online. I was playing Black Ops online. I was fucking playing Smite online. I'm not sure if it was because I've been a paid member for like 7 years. I never lapsed my membership. Like, I use prepaid cards too, so it should like drop that shit.
I don't know.
But
maybe
like
a free weekend or something.
like I didn't pay for like my Xbox Live Gold for like 2 months. I'm sitting there
Oh
going,
shit.
I'm sitting there like, is my account gonna get closed or like? So if they're thinking of doing that, I could see it. E3,
And people are gonna say, well, that's what's gonna lose a lot of money because the cash cow. Think about how much money they're gonna make up by putting their games on PC.
Yeah.
They're going to extra money and then some by putting the freaking games on PC. People are not reading the signs, man. They just want to be fucking stupid.
And the crossplay, making it so we can all play together is like everything.
Beautiful, man.
I don't even understand how that's a bad thing. Like, just more bragging rights. The PC can talk shit. Xbox say, yeah, we winning over here. We killing y'all online.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. Because if it's a Microsoft game, they better implement and make sure you bitches got to use a controller.
Hey, just come get racked. Come join us. We'll log in. We'll get you. We'll let you know. Come get racked. That's all we say.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a whole lot. There's been a lot of news, and there's been a lot to say whether it was being the upgraded Xbox, whether it was being the closed platform PC gamers being screwed, and then the confusion, and then the retractions, and then the corrections. We've heard it all. At the end of the day, I can say that I'm looking forward to it because I guess I've never had a problem with this because I've seen what was planned and I've been talking about it, and now that it's coming, everybody's surprised. I'm not. And I feel like this is for the greater good of gaming, and I feel like, believe it or not, it'll fix more issues than cause any more issues. It's like once they get over, they got a few hookups they're going to get over. It's a new thing, so there's going to be some hookups. They got to get over those hookups. But after that,
hookups, who hooking up?
No, hiccups. I'm sorry, hiccups. Once third party, their first party games exclusive is gonna bring in a lot of people, but once third party, gets on, it's gonna be some big competition for Steam, because believe it or not, I prefer when I talk to people on party and on Steam. I don't know what program they use or the software. It sounds like a T-Mobile connection when you're talking to people that are on Steam. It's like a phone call. That's what it feels like. I don't know. But I prefer being in the Xbox universe, using the Xbox app. Yeah, if somebody's like in the highway, like I know you can connect, but I prefer using the Xbox app. Like I said, if it wasn't for the Xbox app, like I probably would spend less. I would have spent less time on my PC than I did. The Xbox app kind of just helped me stay on there longer because I still felt connected to all my friends and everything's there. Like, okay, I haven't left yet. You know what I mean? And then I still go back and forth. You know what I mean? Obviously, all my games that are on Xbox aren't on PC for me to play, so I go and I still go back to the Xbox and play. And for some reason, believe it or not, and I have Xbox, I have a capable rig, and I have a PS4. My Xbox and my PC, for some reason, my Xbox still gets way more time than my PlayStation. I turned my PlayStation on today to download the Uncharted beta so I can play that tonight and tomorrow. And I think I played an hour of Firewatch, but I don't know what it is. Because the popular belief is that I should be paying my PlayStation 4 more, but it's not the case, and it's not because I'm biased towards it. I mean, I enjoy playing it when I'm playing it, but I still play my Xbox. I still play my PC, and lately I've been playing my PC because I haven't really been feeling like playing Street Fighter lately. But
so I'm pretty much the only one playing on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, unless you turn on Battlefront. That's the only way you can get me back on there if I play Battlefront. But EA kind of pissed me off with Battlefront because, one, they were being slow on the double XP weekends, and they gimped the wrong weapons. They gimped the weapons that I was beasting with, and then I kind of just said, I'm really not in the mood to play it, and I bought the season pass for Xbox, and I was about to buy it for the PS4, and I'm happy I didn't, but I'm still regretting that I bought it for Xbox because they still didn't drop anything from the season pass.
Yeah, I didn't buy the season pass. The last time I played was with you, so
yeah.
I haven't even played it.
Yeah.
I got so much to play right now, it's ridiculous. So
I was gonna say my biggest thing is with this whole Windows 10 crossplay, all this shit that's coming. If they do make Xbox Live free, you're going to see, I think PlayStation gamers should be happy about that, because then there's going to be pressure on PS Plus to drop their membership costs. Because why the heck, they always used to tell us, remember PS3 generation, oh, we don't got to pay for online. We're smart. You Xbox guys are dumb as hell. And if that all of a sudden switches around, I guarantee you there'll be a difference of opinion there. They'll be like, well, it's more quality because we're paying for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And they all should have knew back then too that it was coming for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Microsoft makes billions of dollars. Sony's hurting for money. It's not like they're just going to sit there and let that pass them by. Eventually, they're going to catch on.
Baltimore's MVP asks, will you buy the Xbox 2 if it comes out? I'm going to answer, you all can answer. I'm going to answer this. As long as it's what I'm thinking, like when I turn on the Xbox 2, right, and I sign into my Xbox Live, that I still have all my Xbox One games accessible to me without any emulators and it runs natively, I'm fine. I'll get it. Day one.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm buying it.
I haven't missed a generation console since the N64, so
I've been gaming since Atari, and that's why I just don't game on PC. I just prefer consoles. I've been gaming since I was a little kid.
Yeah,
on consoles,
too.
You know, so it's just my preference. That's why I like the idea of being able to upgrade your consoles too.
Yeah.
You know,
even though the previous ideas of upgrading kind of all failed. They did.
They made it too hard. It was just too
expensive
too. It was just like it wasn't feasible.
Yeah, because I remember that you had it felt like you had to stack consoles on top of each other.
Yeah, remember that shit? 32X. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was like your console was like 12 foot tall. Like fuck.
Yeah, you trip over that shit.
Yeah, you had like the 32X with the fucking extra plastic piece, and then on top of that was the game, and then like you had to play a balancing act by fucking trying to play Spider-Man 32X.
That's actually how the PlayStation came about. It was supposed to be a Super Nintendo add-on, same thing where you stick it on top, and that's how the PlayStation was. Then they cut the deal with Sony or whatever. Yeah.
So someone made a point in the chat here, Von Schell Morgan. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. He said, "I just think Xbox One is better. I'm a PlayStation junkie, but Sony played it safe, I'm guessing, and it's boring to me. Xbox is taking risk. I like that. I have to say that's what I love about this generation. So I found the 360 generation, because of how prominent the 360 was, they just stopped trying. And then with this generation where the Xboxes had to basically fight against the PS4 the whole way, I feel like they're really working their ass off to make gamers want to buy the Xbox One. I love it. Like, I've been reaping the benefits of this. Like, the games with gold every month, like, yeah, some of the games aren't great, but sometimes they drop the ball on it. It's awesome.
You know, the funny thing about this generation and how I seen it is that this will be one of those generations, and people are going to hate me for this, that the Xbox wins without actually outselling the PlayStation 4. Because what's gonna happen is how it's going to win, and people is like they're gonna monopolize the PC market. Might will happen because the software numbers are gonna be ridiculous if it works. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, Anchorman had this, shout out to Anchorman. He had this video of that he was referring to what Phil Spencer said that explained a lot. And this was Phil Spencer words of why they stopped sharing their sales numbers. And one of the reasons was because the sales numbers, okay, you sold this amount of consoles, but the sales numbers never really told you how many active accounts are actually active. It's like when you look back at the Nintendo Wii, it sold all these millions of units, but all the accounts were dead. Yeah. You know what I mean? There was like you got over 100 million Wii's out there, and they're not getting third-party support. The games aren't really selling like that unless it's an exclusive or something like that. And it was like, well, how is that? It's the highest selling console. How can it lose with all these sales? You know? And so it's like they're focused. They have to look at it because this is where this whole Windows 10 and the games on the PC becomes important because they can tell if they tell you how many people are actively using Xbox Live on a monthly basis. They're telling you how many live accounts they can get, and that third party looks at that and it's like, well, okay, we can potentially sell this much if we put it on this platform, or if we do a marketing deal with here, we can have let's say, for example, people will say Ubisoft is stupid for doing a marketing deal with Microsoft because they're losing. I'm like, are they? Think about it. It's like these same thing with Bethesda with Fallout and The Witcher with
CD
Projekt Red with The Witcher. It's still profitable to do these marketing deals with Microsoft, especially if they decide to put their games on Windows on the Windows 10, because what happens is they double up. They're going to double up on their sales, and they're going to get a true reflection of a potential of how much their games can potentially sell. It's one thing to look at install size. Yeah, I can have 36 million PlayStation sold. We know there's 36 million PlayStation sold, but how many are actually still in home? How many of them are actually still being played? How many of them are actually active online PlayStation Plus? I guarantee you there's not 36 million PlayStation Plus users. I guarantee it. It's probably about what? How many? I'll guess and throw out. I'm just guessing. I know this information's out there somewhere. I can say there's probably maybe 9-10 million, right?
So you're talking for the PS4, right? Or are you including the PS3? Because including the PS3, oh yeah, it's more.
No,
than that.
I mean, I'm sorry. The PS4.
Okay.
PS4.
Yeah, he's probably about 10, 12 million active.
Yeah. So the thing is that those sales numbers don't tell you how many are active. If you're using like the software numbers, the login accounts, I'm not saying. I mean, a lot of people blame this on damage controlling, and it wasn't really damage controlling. It was really just factual, given numbers of what their investors and their stakeholders wanted to hear, because they needed to know how many people are actually using it. It's one thing to say you sold this much. I mean, because I could sell 5,000 Kid Smooth CDs, and only freaking 23 people are listening to it.
True.
You know?
So, yeah, you know damn well you got 23 people listening to your CD. Just stop this damn lying.
Oh shit!
Not gonna let that shit fly by.
Oh shit!
So, no
doubt
doubt.
That shit on Pirate Bay.
When my album had dropped, Japan did support me. I did some. So shout out to my cousin Alec who gave me this magnet that says I'm huge in Japan, because that was my favorite line. I was like, I'm huge in Japan. I ain't sell shit in America, but I did sell in Japan. So yeah. So
now they probably don't like black people in Japan because they heard your shit.
Fame got
like, oh no, the black people got the Xbox. We don't support the Xbox. We make all our games PlayStation.
No, Fame got jokes. Fame got jokes.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say, what you say about active users and everything else, I find that really funny, because I was browsing my local GameStop the other day. They have 16 refurbed and returned PS4s for sale right now, but they got one Xbox One.
Right.
It's the same thing that happened last generation too. There was a huge amount of Xbox 360s that sold, but they were there. You go into a pawn shop, anything else, there's like 10, 20 of those consoles sitting there. And I live in a town of 15,000 people. You start looking at like towns that actually got like population and actual people. You're talking a lot more consoles that are just sitting collecting dust on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah. It's and that's why I don't really look into like sales. And the thing is, I used to be into sales, and believe it or not, it's like, I don't know. I wasn't on YouTube when the 360 and the PS3 was like popular or anything like that, but I was deep into the thing is, I wasn't a fanboy, but I was an Xbox fan. Like I preferred the Xbox over the PlayStation, but I didn't have like any ill will towards any of the machines. But I just used to watch them and just to be interested, and I would share with like my classmates and be like, yeah, like they just sold this and this much and stuff like that. But I used to follow like album sales too, like that too. So it wasn't no biggie. But it's like it's crazy because you'll have these numbers, and people say, oh, it sold this much, or they got this many sold, and I'm like, all right, so how many of them are actually still sitting in homes? How many are actually still being played? There's not 36 million PlayStations sitting in somebody's home right now. It's just, it's not.
That goes both ways though.
Yeah, same thing. It's there's not 20 million. I don't know. One, I don't know how many Xboxes sold because they haven't shared anything. You know what I mean? The only people that know how much Xbox sold is Microsoft and the people that actually put their stuff on Microsoft platform because they can get like the actual counts. But it is what it is. It's we don't know. It does goes both ways. You're right. And there's not, and so that's why I was like, I can't really. It's not really my job to be invested into it because at the end of the day, I don't know what it does. I mean, I don't meet every new fucking Xbox user or PlayStation user and like, congratulations. You know, you just bought an Xbox. You know what I mean? It just, or you just bought a PlayStation. It just doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, I know I bought an Xbox, I bought a PlayStation. I can buy them so many damn times, but it doesn't really reflect in the final numbers because you know we buy one console at a time. And I already bought my console, so I guess I shouldn't care who bought it next. You know what I mean?
Well, see, at the end of the day, who cares how many consoles they sell? As long as they sell enough consoles to keep that console running at full capacity and be able to produce games, provide the service, and we don't end up like a Dreamcast situation or any of that kind of shit.
It was unfortunate.
That's where
right?
just give me the games. I'm happy.
Yeah, like
It don't
like
matter
I
the
bought my
console.
I'm a horrible person. I bought my Xbox One used. I'm not even one of the 18 million to buy an original one.
Yeah, me neither. Mine was an open box one, so I don't think that's considered. I don't think they get the money for it. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
No, GameStop like makes money is making that money. Once that shit is you buy that shit used, Microsoft already sold it once. They can't sell that same Xbox several more times. GameStop can.
Oh hell yeah!
Actually, when you go to a GameStop or a Best Buy to buy that Xbox One, Microsoft didn't even sell you that Xbox. They sold it to Best Buy or whoever sold it to you. Mm-hmm. So they at the end of the day, once they get to the store, they already made their money. And people for some reason, I don't know, don't pay attention to that neither. But it is what it is. You know, sales will always be a talking point. Sales and performance, and you know, whatever happens. At the end of the day, you know, I feel like the console generation that wins who is the ones that kept me on that console or that platform the longest, the ones that felt that had the better games. And for example, me personally, I felt here's the thing. I felt that the PS2 overall, because its timeline had better games, but I did enjoy my GameCube the most. And I only enjoyed my GameCube
for sure.
A short period of time. But I love my PS2 I did love because it had some heavy hitters that just no other platform couldn't like compete with, and GameCube just had a special place in my heart, man.
And yeah, I still have my GameCube. Actually, I fucking love that shit. But at the end of the game now, like with like everyone getting freaking out about the exclusives going for crossplay, do exclusives really even matter anymore? Like, look at Nintendo; they got all these exclusives, and they can't sell a console to save their life because they don't got third-party support.
Exclusives don't really actually matter like that. And Nick, we talked about this. Remember, I was like, they used to. The highest.
Yeah, they used to.
The highest selling game on every platform is a multi-plat. The highest selling game on PlayStation is a Call of Duty. The highest selling game on Xbox is a Call of Duty. You know what I mean? You know, it is what it is. It's like people are like, oh, exclusives do matter. There's a reason why you buy that console. Actually, it's one of the reasons. But honestly, I feel like the decisions that come down to me buying a console, because at the end of the day, most consoles between Xbox and PlayStation, majority they get the same games, and that's the third-party games, right? So you kind of wash out with the games. Now you got the exclusives, you got the controller, and you have the online services and the features. That's where you have to start comparing it to, because if you don't really care about the exclusives, if you're not a hardcore person dedicated to that machine, and you just want a new machine that just came out just because, you already know what games is coming out. Now you got to decide what my friends got, what features it has, it's going to be the secondary stuff that gamers don't care about that actually make the decision for most of the people that are buying these consoles.
Oh yeah,
For
and the
sure.
features are a huge thing because you look at like when the Wii U launched that Splatoon online shooter. I went over to my friend's house to play it, and his other friend was playing it, but there's no like party chat system on Wii U. Like
That's
how you,
terrible.
it's 2000. It was 2015, and you're telling me we can't party chat? We have to use Skype on a laptop to communicate? That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. That's like I don't know what Nintendo was thinking there, and Splatoon is like actually a really good game too. It's just that lack of being able to communicate with your teammates, and it's supposed to be a tactical type shooter and shit. It's like I don't know. They dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, and it won Shooter of the Year too. Remember that Shooter of the Year,
Yeah, because
Splatoon.
if you just play it, it's an amazing game. But like playing with other people is just like a chore. It's like
Wow. Uh, Infinity the Machine says multi-plat are what sells the most on platforms in general, but exclusive are the sole reason why you buy a console. Is that true to any of you, and was that the reason why you bought your so-and-so consoles?
No, I can honestly say
No.
that because like I barely played Gears of War. I played Halo a lot, but I haven't played Rise. I haven't played Sunset Overdrive. I haven't played pretty much only any of the exclusives because I play multiplats with all my friends. But exclusives are something I buy discounted, like $29. I'll pick up an exclusive, but
mhm.
I'm one
I
of those
don't know.
horrible people.
I need to be like you. I pay $60 and my games just sit there. So
Well,
Fame? I don't know. You might be.
No,
He fell
no.
asleep.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit kind of hit me a little bit. I ain't gonna front, and that's why I went off camera for a second. My eyes.
Told you.
Uh,
Air flu.
oh man.
That air flu
No.
got me looking like Snorlax.
Man, you lucky I'm tired. I'm about to light your ass up. I'm gonna let you have that one. No, the reason it's not for me because as much as I enjoy Gears, Halo, and all that stuff, I didn't buy the Xbox for those games. I bought the Xbox because that's where my friends went, and I like the controller.
Yeah.
I prefer the offset thumbsticks. That's why I bought my Xbox One, and I bought my PS4 because it's games I can't play on my PS4. I'm sorry, I bought the PS4 because the PS4 has games I can play on my Xbox One. I didn't, Xbox is my preference, but I didn't buy it because of the exclusives. I bought it because my friends are. I enjoy the controller, and then there are some games on PS4 that I can't play on my Xbox. So I guess a PS4 exclusive, I can buy my PS4 for the exclusive, but I bought my Xbox One for everything.
I got the Wii U, and it's just like I didn't buy it just because of Mario. It's just like I've been a Nintendo fan since like young, and it's just a company that I support, and it's not not necessarily I bought it just because I like Mario. It's just Nintendo as a whole. It's like my childhood and shit. So it's like I always support this system no matter what. So it wasn't really like based off of that per se, just the Nintendo brand as a whole. It's the reason why I got one of those.
Yeah, I've got. What happened? I decided I was gonna play get the next. I was gonna get an Xbox One in 2007 because I was so in love with the Xbox 360. The thing is, remember, if people keep forgetting that a lot of people just coin me as a corporate slave or just this outright fanboy. Like I like. Before there was before Xbox was standing on his own too, what I mean. I came from a Nintendo background, and then I finally made it over to PlayStation. And I remember me, I wasn't a rich kid, I was always a generation behind when it came to consoles. And so GameCube, I was lucky to get in a PS2 and a GameCube in the middle of their life cycle. I love the games that were available on PlayStation. I never claimed to be a PlayStation fanboy, but I only bashed Xbox games because my friend had Xbox and he claimed his games were better than mine. And GameCube, it just held a special place in my heart. And believe it or not, I didn't have a PS2 because there was never mind, because exclusives. There was a different set of exclusives back in the day.
It was different, yeah.
Because I did buy one PlayStation because the PlayStation was the only place you can get SmackDown. GameCube had its WrestleMania series, Xbox had the Raw's War series, SmackDown. I was a big fan of SmackDown, and that's like I would only buy SmackDown. I mean, Ratchet and Clank here and there, NBA Street Ball here and there, the N1 Street Ball game here and there, and then some of the games some of the unknown games. But I came from that, and then once at the end of the PS4 life cycle. Not a PS4 life cycle. At the end of the PS2 life cycle, and GameCube was like kind of dying out pretty quick. I was getting Game Informer that was in Electronic Gaming Monthly and Game Pro magazines, and they started previewing the next generation Xbox. They didn't even have the name of it, and I was like, I was like, and the reason why I had an extra eye on the Xbox is because the Xbox was the only console to have online gaming, and my friend would be like, "Oh, you got your Xbox Live, Halo 2." You know what I mean? I used to go over there and play with him all the time, and I was like, I want to get into this. GameCube didn't have it. PS2, whatever PS2 had, didn't have it. I wouldn't count that as online gaming.
Yeah.
Time out. Before you continue,
Yep.
Who the hell sitting inside that pop-punk rocking chair making all this goddamn squealing?
Oh, that's me. Well, it's not working. There we go.
Boy, it's like somebody pop-punk rocking chair. That's somebody making all the goddamn stuff.
Yeah, but let me finish this story. Let me finish this story. All right, so when it started, and the thing is, I was reading up on like the magazines, and I was looking up next generation Xbox. They didn't have a name, or Xbox 2. That's what we were calling it. And I remember just like, man, I can't wait. This is gonna be my first console. They were talking about PS3, but it wasn't really like out there. They knew it was coming, but we didn't have a date. So I remember this one month. I think it was like the May issue or the April issue of 2005 Electronic Game Monthly. It was a big blowout. Xbox 360, just stuff. Gears of War, all this stuff. And I'm seeing Gears of War, and I'm like, oh my god! I was like, I'm getting it. And I remember I kept calling GameStop. I was like, when is Xbox 360? The new Xbox is going to be available or reserved. It was like, not yet, not yet. The minute they announced it was ready to reserve, I took my GameCube. And I went to GameStop, traded in my GameCube. They gave me like $60, $70 for it. That was enough to reserve the Xbox 360. And like the game I reserved was Gears of War because I thought it was going to be a launch title. And I that was like kind of really it. And when it finally came out, and I had the first 8 games that came out with the 360, it was just like, wow, I like this whole setup and being able to play online. The 360 was me first truly actually ever playing online on a console. And I just enjoyed it. And the thing is, when the PS3, because the game I wanted that was going to get me to get a PS3 was I-8. What we know now is Resistance. It first was codenamed I-8. And I wanted it because it was a shooter made by Insomniac, and I know they used to make Ratchet and Clank. Mm-hmm. I wanted it, but when the PS3 was announced, and the problem with the PS3 is that E3 when they showed was all those tech demos, I was like, damn, I got to get one. And then the next year they announced the price, and then the games they were showing looked nothing like they showed last year. I was like, $600. I just didn't feel comfortable. And then when the week that was supposed to come out, Gears of War came out, and I was like, I don't need a PlayStation now. And when I kept saying I was going to get one, I never really got one. And the Xbox 360 kind of coasted me through a whole life cycle until the Xbox One. I decided when the next Xbox come out, I'm getting it because I was so used. I did not want to leave that ecosystem of like being online, Xbox Live achievements, the games. I was like, it's a given. It's like the next time, whenever they announce the next Xbox, I'm getting it. And that, like I said, I had no bias towards the PS3 or anything against it. And the problem is they came out at the same time. I was like, no, I'm gonna go with what I know. I'm gonna go with the Xbox One, and I'll get PS4 later. And that's kind of how I got like sucked into like the Xbox thing. So
yeah, see, I remember my memory of the PS3. The main reason I went to Xbox off of launch is me and my friend waited in line for 7 hours for the PS3. We got that shit home after we paid $700 in Canada, $700 plus tax for that thing. Okay, at launch. And we get that thing home. We put in whatever the hell game it came with. And it goddamn burned right through the disc because we had one of the ones with the faulty laser eyes.
Oh, shit.
And then he had spent 3 months going after Sony trying to get a replacement for it. And it took us like almost half a year to get a replacement PS3 for that. So that for me just went, nope. And I bought my Xbox 360 Elite. It came with like GTA 4 and Kung Fu Panda or some bullshit. And that thing lasted me like 5 years. I bought my Xbox 360 Slim RT2 when that died. And than my Xbox One, and I've never had problems with it. Never had to call Microsoft. Never any issues. Why would I change?
True.
Yeah. So, but I can say maybe I don't know. It's clever. Like I said, the state of exclusives changed. And even though that could have been back then, it might have been a reason why you bought one console over the other. But now there are not many exclusives. Like exclusives was oversaturated. Like you had your exclusive sports games, your exclusive racing game, for every category there was, you had an exclusive for. And it's unfortunate they don't have it like that.
Remember when Ninja Turtles had exclusive versions? It was the same fighting game, but it was like the exclusive version for like Sega, and then there was like a different version for Super Nintendo. It was like the exclusive versions.
Yeah.
But it was the same game, and it was the same Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ninja Fighters, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Soul Calibur did that too. Yeah, Soul Calibur did that too. Soul Calibur did that too. Yeah, I think the Xbox version had like Spawn, while the
like Nintendo version had like Link and yeah. It was like their own. It was like exclusive.
Kind of like how Rocket League is right now. It's the same game, but exclusive stuff on each side.
Yeah. Rocket League.
That's right. The antennas and shit that you can put on. It's like like theme ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's like the exclusive to me now hold less value. And I guess when you grow up and when you kind of just look at video games and you enjoy video games you're playing, at the end of the day, whether you have one platform or you have 3 platforms or 2, a game come out, you're gonna get it on the platform that you have. It is what it is. So it really doesn't matter where it goes. You already know what console you're getting it on, so it shouldn't make a difference. At the end of the day, it doesn't change how you play, or it shouldn't change how you feel about the game. And that's how I kind of really felt about it. In this dude Fame, he like an idiot took Theraflu.
That's the scissor. Be sipping on that scissor right now.
Don't judge me, B.
Yeah, and just a warning to everybody. Like I tell everybody, tell people this all the time. If you're sick, if you have the flu or you're under the weather, whatever it is, don't take NyQuil, don't take Theraflu, don't take any medicine that's going to put you to sleep, because their job isn't to make you feel better. Their job is to make you feel good enough so you can sleep. Mm-hmm. And you fall asleep and you wake up feeling 10 times worse than you did before you went to sleep. That's it. Watch, he's gonna be all snot-nosed, mucus, heavy-chested, and everything when he wake up. He ain't gonna feel good at all. He gonna feel like shit. I hope you don't gotta work tomorrow, because you might want to call out.
Nah, I caught off the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So and you would have felt much better had you you would feel much better had you just took in Alka-Seltzer tablets, put it in your water bottle.
Nasty, B.
No. You drop that. You get flavored ones. They got blueberry, strawberry, and a regular one. They throw it in the water, right? It bubbles up, and you got to drink. As soon as it finishes bubbling, you drink it in. It tastes like vanilla soda, and it just like clears you out. It makes you feel better. Like you get this jolt of energy. All that shit, you'll sneeze out, and you'll be good as shit. And the next thing I would do, I would take a break. Chill out for an hour, because it really makes you feel normal for about a couple hours, and then you'll slowly start feeling that way, like that sick way, but it won't be as heavy as it was. Then I suggest you eat a hot pepper, clear your whole shit out, be set. Eat a hot pepper, not a pepper, a hot pepper, like one of them red little skinny peppers, or a jalapeno. A dry jalapeno pepper will make you feel much better.
Should I get a voodoo witch to come shoot?
I'm gonna say, in fact, don't listen to that shit, man. You have a runny nose and a hot ass, man. Don't listen to that shit.
No, dude, I have like the best immune system in the world. I really get, and when I get sick maybe like once a year, and I'm able to get over it within like 24,
we established
36 hours.
You don't get sick because you blessed. You sell Bibles for a living.
I sell Bibles,
I was gonna say this went from a game to Dr. Smooth.
I'm just saying, people don't take me seriously. Nobody takes me seriously. They're like, oh, he's just an X-bot. But I drop gems daily. I drop gems, and I think people should take me a little bit seriously. But I'm just saying, like, you're taking it from a person that doesn't get sick too often, because I know how to take care of myself, but you just put yourself in a damn situation where you're gonna wake up worse than what you went to bed. Just saying. Watch. You might. Oh, you're gonna have to change them sheets. They're gonna be sweaty. They're gonna be all moist. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Hold on, man. Grown people ain't supposed to say moist. You're not supposed to say that word, dog. That's banned. I won't ever hear the M word.
Moist. I'm sorry. Moisture. You know what I mean? Should take some Vicks. Rub it on your chest. No, it doesn't though, but it makes you
let's
feel
be
like
real. Let's be real. Who put Vicks in their chest? Y'all know damn well you get some and put it on your upper lip so you can smell it a whole lot better. Let's be real.
Man, so but yeah, feel free. Drink some tea, drink something, eat a lemon. I don't know, do something because that sucks. It sucks that you had to fall asleep on us and whatnot. But anybody else got anything to say before we close this out? I think we've been in here. Oh, we almost at the 90-minute threshold. Try not to be too long. Try not to be too boring. Writer's block. What's up?
I just hate that they re-released another fucking Legend of Zelda game, another HD remake. It's like, you know what? Just put out the new one. That's all we want. Just put the new one out.
That's a good thing to bring up because I'm actually on the site next 2 days because we're making a real push for opinion pieces from the writers. I'm putting out the top 5 game remasters nobody fucking asked for.
Man, nobody asked for a show of hands. Who asked for Twilight Princess HD?
Wait, hold on.
Exactly.
But the thing is, there were some remasters that came out that just had no business coming out, and they all came out like this year and last year. So there's like at least Zelda, the Zelda, it's a classic,
It's a classic.
You're talking about, come on, Sleeping Dogs. Nobody bought the original version.
No one's Sleeping Dogs was dumb, bro.
I bought the remaster for 10. Why not?
You got Deadpool that came out just because they were too lazy to make a new game to follow up with the movie, so they ported it into
Honestly,
the
Deadpool was a shitty game, but I loved it because of Deadpool. But it was kind of shitty, actually.
No. So some of these remasters just kill me. Dishonored. That no one asked for that. Dead Island. Who the hell asked for that? No one wanted Dead
Island. Ori and the Blind Forest, which.
How would you remaster that?
It didn't
even remaster The Last of Us.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, you can remaster anything. Any game is like, technically, Dying Light had a remaster 1 year after its release.
Oh yeah.
It was generous because you got it free before you had it. Yeah, and Dead Island, since they were working on Dead Island 2, is obviously a wreck over there. So they said, you know what, we're gonna put out the other game that wasn't so good. So they're remastering Dead Island, remastering BioShock. It's like,
I like BioShock, but it don't need a fucking remaster. I thought it was already remastered once.
Yeah, for some reason I'd buy BioShock though. BioShock's one of them I would buy.
Yeah, but
just to play Infinity again would be.
Oh, be quiet.
I think God of War would be the one I would buy.
Be quiet. I hear faint snoring.
Bullshit.
Oh man, but yeah, like it's just like we got too many remasters. But yeah, Undead, you're doing that article. I can't wait for it. You know what I mean?
Man,
yeah,
I'm just digging because I actually looked up a list. I went through a gaming site, looked up a list of remasters in the past 2 years, and there was shit on there that I went, really? I got a remaster? Oh, damn, that needs to be on there. It was just like, it was easy. I was sitting there going, I could make a top 10 list of games we didn't need remasters for.
Sorry,
you're right, man. They got everything.
Speaking of that, I'm playing Heavy Rain right now too.
Oh yeah, I forgot they remastered that.
Another remastered, yep.
Yeah, and they're coming out with Beyond Two Souls, right?
Yeah.
That's already out.
Oh, that's already out. You got that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought a lot of remasters. I bought Sleeping Dogs.
That's.
Yeah, I'm a sucker. I just buy games and.
Saints Row, like.
Yeah, that I didn't buy.
I actually would have had them rather them remaster Saints Row 1 and 2, the ones that actually mattered.
Yeah.
I actually like 3. Saints Row 3 I actually like.
I like Saints Row 3, but when it ended, it was like, yeah, it needed to end, like a
Yeah,
half
it
hour
needed to
earlier.
die. Because 4 was like, I don't know, it was like a superhero shit or something. It was dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it was
It
stupid.
was like flying around with hip hop music. It was like, this shit is like so wrong. Like, I hated it.
It was a horrible.
I actually just bought that because I got that Xbox Live had that and God of Hell for like $7.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, why not?
That shit is like,
Yeah, it was the worst $7 you ever
the
spent.
music is dope though. I did like the music and shit. I saw that on my playlist, but I don't know. It was just weird. It was like a hip hop dude flying around and shit. It's just like, I don't know. It's just something didn't mesh together for me for that.
The game itself didn't match. I look at it and I it's crazy because Saints Row was another reason that I bought the Xbox 360. It was like I was like, man, this is the perfect Grand Theft Auto clone that I think is better than Grand Theft Auto. And from the game, from what they were, I know was it Volition? How you say it? Volition that made the game. It was them, and it was published by
THQ. Yep.
Yeah. And man, it's like ever since whoever took over or whoever's doing this shit now, it's just fucking Deep Silver makes it like
Yeah, Deep Silver.
Oh man, you guys can go to hell. I'm sorry, man. Don't make another one. Just don't. You know, unless
like I said, 3 should have been the end. That should have been the okay. 3 came out. The graphics were kind of upgraded. You know, they kind of had, the driving was a little more expanded, and that was it.
Yeah.
When they came out with that 4 shit, it was like, what the fuck is this? Like, no longer do I need a car. I could just run up the side of the building bumping music. Like,
Okay,
what kind of fucking shit is that?
You know what? I was done with Saints Row after the 3rd one. Simply after the dick bat got an even bigger dick bat.
After the
4, it's just like, no, this is done. And like when you could get camos for your dick bat.
Dude, they showed remember the commercial? They would show the slow motion and shit.
So I say it was one of those games that ended a half hour too long. It went a half hour too long than it should have.
Yeah, it stretched on. It was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
I mean, I enjoyed it, but by the time it ended, it was like, yeah, it's funny for me.
Yeah. But yeah. So we had a I'm about to close it down for the night. Anything they want to say before we say good night?
Hey, I just want to give you guys a heads up. There is Stranger to Sword City is getting a release on the Xbox One. Me and Demigod were fortunate enough to win that Calling All Writers contest, so we both ended up with keys to the game. The embargo lifts March 8th, so we should have the review on our website. Sometime we have a deadline of the 20th, so somewhere between March 8th and the 20th, you guys should see our review up for the game, and it releases March 22nd. And I will also be doing unboxing because a part of them giving us codes, they're also sending us some art and some posters. So I'll be doing unboxing of the things they sent us for one of the contests to review this game. So just a heads up, look out for that on our website.
sweet.
Cool. And please hit up Fame ENT's channel, Fame Entertainment 2K. His link is in the description below, as always. So we're going to get Fame to 1K subs.
Yes, sir.
So be sure to do that, and he's responsible for these giveaways. You know, we're giving away the Division, we're giving away Uncharted, we're giving away Quantum Break. So, you know, thank Fame ENT, even though he falls asleep in the middle of a podcast.
I never fell asleep. I just kind of lost it a little bit.
Everyone, just after the podcast, to go take a look in the Facebook chat. I got a good screenshot for y'all. So.
Shit.
My bad. And all right, Undead, you wanna let people know where to find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, which is in the description below. I do upload occasionally, but I'm getting better. Things have been a little rocky, so gonna start getting some more like actual talking on my channel done. So I've got a couple of videos, audio done. I just need to get some gameplay put on there because no one wants to stare at my mug and listen to me talk. So working on that. Just check out the channel, leave a sub, it'll get better. But
and Undead's channel is in the description below. Me and Undead gonna do a collaborative video with this funny song. It'll be out soon, trust me. And Dan the Man, what's up?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing some streaming over the weekend, probably some old school beat 'em ups. See how fast I can get through them. You can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/DANPOO, the number 4SHO, and just holler at me. Let me know what you think.
Is that Dan P for show?
DANPOO, the
Dan
number
Poo.
4SHO.
So Dan Poo for show.
Dan Poo for show.
Dan
For show, for show.
and Dougie Fresh. Let them know what's up.
Yeah, what's up? You guys find me on hardknocksgamers.com. So I have a couple articles up this weekend for you guys to check out. Make sure you do. That's about it. Thanks for having me on.
You guys know, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of The Writer's Block, where actually I know the days aren't been consistent because Kid Smooth's been all over the place, but tune in for episode 9. Actually, it's going to take place Wednesday, and then maybe in a week or two we should have the developers of Rage and Justice on a special edition of The Writer's Block as well, so it will be, I will follow up with you guys on that and when that's taking place, but be sure to check back in here Wednesday, 7:30 for the Writer's Block episode 9. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in and subscribing. Visit hardknockgamers.com to enter your chance to win one of those games that we're giving away, AAA's only. Also, to join, if you want to become a writer or you want to be a part of the Writer's Block podcast, make sure you visit hardknockgamers.com, hit the apply section at top, and we look forward to meeting with you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in. As I always say, I'm Kid Smooth, and Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We're out. Peace.